Greetings, greetings to all film lovers out there. Welcome to Aaron's webisodes, Aaron's film reviews once again. Reporting from the eastern half of United States. It's like 5:20 p.m. right now. So I did get to see some more recent films that recently came out on DVD release recently. Indie films. One is called The Late Quartet, and the other one was called The Awakening. These are two films that I recently watched that I'm going to be reviewing on an upcoming webisode, going over in detail and letting you know, if they're recommended and what I liked or disliked about them. Most of the indie films that I've watched recently, I did enjoy. So these should be really good reviews coming out. So look out for those. Shout out to the Landmark Theaters. If you don't know, Landmark Theater chain is probably the biggest chain in the USA that provides only indie films, foreign films, basically, throughout their whole theater. That's all they play. So, if you want to go out and you're tired of big budget, crap, which a lot of it is, but a lot of it's good, just depends on what you like. The Landmark Theater chain, if there's one in your city, one in your state, look out for them. You can always count on them for indie films or foreign films as well, with subtitles and whatnot. So, shout out to Landmark Theater. Shout out to the Bay Area, Oakland, California, and now residing currently in Atlanta, Georgia. So what I'm going to do now is go over two films that I recently saw. Didn't recently see. I saw these time ago, but now getting a chance to review them. And now is a great time to actually review them because these two films are just now being released on DVD just recently, and Blu-ray as well. And I'm sure they'll put out some later productions of the films and revised editions with special commentary and whatnot. So the two films that I'm going to be reviewing for you today is the film Argo and the film Life of Pi. These are going to be brief reviews. I won't go into too much detail. I mean, most of these movies speak for themselves. They are big budget films. They are films that got a lot of attention. The importance of these two films, to me personally, I feel that they were on a big budget scale, but they were still somewhat independent and had an independent feel to them. Either way. And they were both nominated for Academy Awards. And Argo, of course, as we know, won the Academy Award for 2013, the recent Academy Awards. So, with that said, let me go ahead and go over my review for Life of Pi. Life of Pi was directed by Ang Lee. Ang Lee has done some great films in the past. He's a veteran director. He's not anyone new. What makes Life of Pi so amazing? Well, first of all, if you didn't catch yet, I love the film. I highly recommend it to anyone that hasn't seen Life of Pi. If I was a judge for the Academy Awards, probably I would have chose Life of Pi as the best film of the year for 2012, and it would have won the Oscar, in my opinion. What a great feature film. It holds nothing back. I enjoyed it thoroughly. What's so unique about this film, just to give you a little background, the main actor that plays Pi, this is his first role ever. He went to the audition with his little brother, pretty much as a joke, or not thinking that he would get the role, but just to try it out. And he landed it. And not only did he land the role, he absolutely killed the role. He gave a great performance. Such an intelligent young man, and just an awesome performance. The film would not have been what it was without his performance. So, I can't give any more praise to him. If you haven't seen the feature, if you're watching this and you have seen Life of Pi, then you understand what I'm talking about as far as his performance goes. If you haven't seen it, then you got to see this young man's performance. It's truly awesome. It's truly remarkable, and it just goes to show that anything can happen in Hollywood, and anything can happen in the entertainment business. People come out of left field, people come through the back door all the time, and there's a bunch of gems waiting to be discovered. So, but besides that, the scenery is incredible. The scenery is extremely captivating in the movie. The animals, throughout the movies play a huge role. That's basically, what the movie is about. Is what Pi goes through, being shipwrecked in the ocean with these zoo animals, because his family owns a zoo in India, and they're on their quest to transport the animals to Canada when the shipwreck takes place, and you see the struggles that this man goes through with these animals. So this film is absolutely incredible. Like I said, the scenery is great, the acting is great, all around great directing, great camera work, camera shots done in this film. It's an emotional roller coaster. The film touches on some real topics. In a lot of films that we watch now, at least in the mainstream, a lot of them, they don't really touch on real life topics so much all the time, in a realistic way, where this movie did. I mean, pretty much, everything in this film could happen, and if it did happen, I could see this as a realistic approach to it. And I'm sure, people have been shipwrecked numerous times and have been through struggles, and this gives a realistic look at what that struggle would be like for Life of Pi in the film. So it's directed by Ang Lee, and it's an absolutely great film. Like I said, everything all around is really good. So not much more I can say about Life of Pi without you seeing it for yourself. I mean, that's the biggest things to me that make it such a good film is one, the acting, two, the scenery, the emotional roller coaster. It touches on religion a lot. A lot of sensitive issues that quite frankly, people can't handle, in films or whatnot. It does it in a realistic approach, and it's fun as well. So I definitely recommend Life of Pi, and enjoy the film. And it's long too, which I enjoy. 9 times out of 10, most of the movies that we see nowadays are an hour and 30 minutes, an hour and 40 minutes. To me, the longer the better. Films used to be 3 hours, 4 hours. Back in the day, they had intermissions. People would watch 4 or 5 hour, films with no complaints. It was more for their money, and people went to the movies to see a film, not to get through it. Just to get to a party or dinner afterwards. No, it's a real occasion, and this film is very captivating, and it's a true night out at the movies. Another thing with Life of Pi is if there's ever a good time that you want to see a movie in theaters or on Blu-ray or the largest HD TV possible, which I'm not a big fan of digital or 3D or these type of films really don't do much for me. But if it is your thing, then Life of Pi is definitely a film that you want to watch, you know, in the best type of visually pleasing way. You know, whether it be in theater, whether it be 3D TV, HD TV, 50-inch. You know, the larger the better for this one. Yeah, so that's Life of Pi, Ang Lee's Life of Pi. Please watch that. In my opinion, the best film of 2012. Second film I'm going to go over is a film that made a lot of noise. Very big film. I'm sure everyone's heard of it by now. It's the movie Argo, directed, starring Ben Affleck. What can I say? I mean, this couldn't have happened to a better person. Ben Affleck, an absolutely great actor, in my opinion, all the way back to the Kevin Smith films. If anyone watching this remembers Mallrats, you know, you remember Chase and Amy, when Ben Affleck was getting started. I mean, it was incredible. Great actor. Glory Days, the film. Good Will Hunting, you know, his first, I guess, big thing. Good Will Hunting is still to this day one of my top 3 films of all time, I would say. Absolutely on the top 3 list of all time. Good Will Hunting. But anyways, so Ben Affleck, you know, great guy, really good actor, paid his dues, been on many sets, worked in many films. If anyone is going to be a good director, it's going to be him. He's prepared for this more than anyone. You know, when you're an actor and you become a director, it makes you all that more powerful. You're more prepared. You've been on set. You understand what's happening, and you know you make it a lot easier on yourself. You're more educated on what it takes, and you're better at working with actors because you know what it is to be an actor. So, you know, he's like the perfect candidate for to become a director. He did direct Gone Baby Gone, which was a good film. But I don't think it matches up to the quality and the outstanding work that he did for Argo. So Argo, like I said, starring, directed by Ben Affleck, absolutely great film. Can't say enough good things about it. 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, everything. Definitely goes on my list of best films of 2012. They absolutely got it right by nominating it. It won the Oscar. I wouldn't have given it the Oscar award for Best Film, possibly Best Director or Best Actor, but not film. But either way, Argo did its thing. You know, people loved it. Critics loved it. All around great film. Thing is with Argo, you know, it's become a trend now. You know, just let's face facts. It's become a trend now to have the Middle Eastern American, you know, films coming out. You know, you see one after another. You know, usually they're biased or not really shot realistically or very opinionated. You know, too opinionated from one point of view and biased. Not as realistic as at least I would like it to be if I'm watching a historical or Middle Eastern American film. This one was great. To me, he kept it very realistic. It's based on a true story. He kept it very realistic to the story. And without spoiling anything, if by chance you haven't seen the film, it's about the American-Iranian conflict, which took place in the 70s, and you know, the story is very captivating with what the hostages went through in Tehran, which Tehran is the capital of Iran, if you weren't aware. Yeah, I mean, the film is captivating. It shows the story of Mr. Mendez, and Ben Affleck plays the role to a T. very subtle, role that he played. It's a very high tension situation. Ben Affleck plays it to a T. John Goodman, was in the film. Where's John Goodman been? I'm sure he's been working, but has he done any big films, in the past 10 years? I don't think so. He was in Red State, Kevin Smith's film. He was in Argo, and from back in the day doing Roseanne shows. Point is, John Goodman absolutely kills it. Alan Arkin is in the movie. He absolutely kills it. The directing of the film is absolutely superb. There's not a dull moment. That's what I want to stress to people. In Argo, there's not a dull moment. A lot of films are great. But they have their ups and downs. We have parts where, just think of those films that you truly enjoy, but there's parts of the movie where it's like, okay, we're getting to that scene or this part. This is going to be drawn out. Can I just skip this chapter? Can I fast forward it here? This, in your mind or in the back of your mind, this is the part of the film that's dull. With Argo, there's not a dull moment. The film remains captivating from start of the film to end of the film. That's what's so great about it. It's not a dull moment. The dialogue is on point. It's comical at the same time, but it's a serious situation, an extremely serious situation where lives are on the line. And he puts you into that world and shows you, what it would be like in a realistic way to be in Iran, to be a hostage, trying to get out, trying to get out of there safely without getting killed or captured. So, he does it superbly in a realistic way, unbiasedly. I think he just stays true to the story. The writers behind the film are absolutely superb. I don't have their names right now, but either way, props to the writers behind Argo, and an all-around great film. Ben Affleck has talked about in interviews that he likes to mix professionals with non-professionals when he does casting or chooses actors, which to me is great. It gets no better than that. You have, you can keep things more realistic. You can find gems. You can discover, acting that is superb, that was never known. So a lot of times films with no-name actors can be the best films. So he mixes it up. He uses no-name, actors or lesser-known actors, and sprinkles in some professionals in there as well, with a lot of indie type of actors, which is a great way to go. I think that's the best formula for a good film, in my opinion. So yeah, Argo, check it out. I give it 5 stars, 2 thumbs up. Whatever scoring system you want to use, absolute must-see. It's not really about the scenery. Argo doesn't have to be seen in Blu-ray or 3D or anything like that. It's just a great quality film. It's one that you can watch over and over. And you may need to watch it once or twice. You may need to watch it more than once to fully understand the story, the plot. Pay very close attention to the beginning where they break down, why all of this happened in the first place. Because it is kind of a deep story, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone. Argo is a great film. Life of Pi is a great film. I hope you guys get a chance to check out both of these features, and they are both available now on DVD and Blu-ray and all of that as well. If you have any local grindhouses, any dollar theaters around your city, I'm sure they'll be playing there. Usually they hit the dollar theaters, grindhouses, around the same time that they're released on DVD and Blu-ray as well. So look out for some more, indie films coming out. I'm going to be reviewing very soon. Like I said, I'm going to be posting reviews for some indie films that I recently watched called The Awakening, which was a British horror film, which, I have a lot to say about that. And The Late Quartet, which is a film, interestingly enough, Christopher Walken giving a killer performance once again in the late quartet alongside Philip Seymour Hoffman, which is those two in the movie. Those two in a movie together alone. What more needs to be said? Either way, this is Aaron's Film Reviews signing off. Wish you guys a great weekend. Great Mother's Day, whatnot. Fun time. Enjoy your movies, enjoy life, and have a great day, a great evening. Thank you.